Welcome to a special edition of the Code NRL show. I say it's special because, Reedy, it's question time from the fans. Reedy, you decided to open up your mailbag. Yeah, via social media.
Reach out to the punters, Dave.
Reach out to the fans and the punters.
Got to give them a voice, the punters.
Because it is in November, but still there is so much happening in rugby league. And fans want to know what's going on, namely with their players, their rosters. And so let's kick it off. And there were heaps of questions. And if you still want...
There's still time.
There's still plenty of time.
We're not live, are we?
No, but in the future, there's still a couple of shows left before Christmas.
If people put stuff out there, we can ask it next week.
Just keep on sending us questions. Right? Yeah. And particularly what night Reedy enjoys nude night at home is always interesting.
Summer nude night's back.
The big one doing the rounds is, at the moment, certainly from a Manly Seagulls point of view, is Reuben Garrick. Now, Benny _ Ryan32 asks, what are the chances of Garrick staying at Manly?
I don't think they've got their nose in front, Dave. I think at the moment the Roosters have probably got their nose in front. I believe they've got an offer. I believe it's around $650 a season with a car thrown in as well for Ruben Garrick, 2-year deal. And the advantage the Roosters have got, or a perceived advantage that the Roosters have got, is I'm told Ruben wants to get into real estate after his career's over. And the Roosters are obviously a really connected club. Yeah. So they can help him out potentially on that front. He can do some work at Nick Politis is as connected as anyone. So I believe the Roosters have probably got their nose in front of the moment. Manly are going to come back with a revised offer. They offered him 2 years, $1.1 million. So they're going to come back with a revised offer.
So just clarify that. You've got to be careful because clubs can't offer players jobs.
No, but guys can do, obviously the Roosters can line up connections through the club, and he can go and maybe dip his toe in the water.
Spend half a day
at a real estate. Blokes have done that in the past. I can't remember who. I think Luke Keary did that at some point in his career. So, you can do that. That's not an issue on the cap, an issue with the NRL. In fact, I think the NRL encourage that sort of stuff where guys go and do something outside footy training. So that's an advantage I believe the Roosters have got because they're so connected around town, aren't they? Not that Manly aren't, but there's just more opportunities, I think, at the Roosters on that front. And the other issue is he's great mates with Daly Cherry-Evans. Daly's now, obviously, we saw Daly unveiled as a Rooster the other day. They're great mates. Daly's done a 1-year deal with potentially a 1-year option at the end of that. Yeah. But even if Daly doesn't play beyond 26, he'll be there in some capacity at the Roosters. So Ruben will have that as well.
And so the Dragons are also having talks with Ruben Garrick as well. But my point here is, Reedy, I like Ruben Garrick as a player. I think he's very, very safe and solid footballer. Yeah. But I am surprised about the figure.
I reckon that's about like 550 with a that was 550 to 650. That's about peak Ruben Garrick, I reckon. That's a pretty good deal for him.
And where does he get into this Roosters backline?
Well, you've got to think, Dave, it is 12 months away. No Nwangani Tuazi. I can't imagine Daniel Tupou will go again in 2027. So they do have positions there. They've got a lot of young kids coming through.
They do have some good ones coming through.
He's a good goal kicker as well, Ruben Garrick. So, I can see that with Nwangani Tuazi going back to rugby and Tupou potentially retiring.
Goal kicker.
There are vacancies there for him. So he'd slot in pretty easily, I reckon, into that back line.
Hey, Reedy, I love a Black Friday sale. Have you bought that pizza oven you've been trying to buy?
Mate, you recommended that to me, and I haven't. I looked at them the other day again, Dave. Yeah, well, they're very impressive.
Mate, I tell you what, mate, this Black Friday sale, code subscription. Yep. All the interviews, all the video, all the scoops, breaking news, anything you want as far as rugby league is concerned, and every other cricket season. Hello. Yeah. Right. It was $49 last week. Yeah. Black Friday. Yes.
$25.
$19.
What? That is ridiculous.
$19 for 12 months.
They're giving it away.
They're giving it away. $19 for 12 months, code subscription, but you have to click the link below because it's only available until December 1.
Wow, clock's ticking.
Andrew Ibrahim, 34. Any news on Keon and Para's targets?
I'm told the Para, look, I mean, you've heard this as well, Dave. We called Para the other week about it. The Para are well and truly in front for Keon. Yeah. Now, I think Keon's on holidays at the moment because he just went away, obviously on the tour, the Ashes tour. I'm not sure he's back yet. I'd imagine the decision's not that far away, but Souths have got a fight in their hands.
Yeah. I get this sense from South, talking to South, is they absolutely would love to keep Keon.
Yeah.
They firmly believe Keon's preference would be to stay. But there's an element of drawing a line in the sand too with South Sydney. We're not going to go crazy money for Keon and length of terms, because we're hearing in and around that $1 million mark.
Yeah, at
Keon.
least, I think.
Yeah.
At least.
Now, you've got to be careful when you're investing long term.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said it last week that South, he's more important to South than Parramatta. But at the same time, I still think that the Bunnies need to be careful on how long and how much they invest into Keon.
Again, the Dragons, I believe, having a look at Keon.
They're having a dip, yeah.
Perth, and there's a sneaky tip the Roosters might be hovering.
Yeah, right.
Which would be, obviously, South and the Roosters aren't the best of friends, so that'd be interesting. But I think I believe some Para players have been in contact with Keon and they're trying to woo him, convince him to join the Eels. They look like they're a club on the rise, a club on the up. And I'm sure he can see that. And, money speaks, what do they say? Money speaks 1,000 languages. Is that what they say?
Yeah, all languages is what you're looking for.
Okay, 1,000 all.
But just as far as Andrew Ibrahim, 34, he also asked other Parramatta targets. The only other name that's popped up for me is Ruben Garrick. And we know that they've got a hole to fill with Zach Lomax obviously leaving the club. But they will also rely on their next gen coming through.
Yeah, good kids.
In the back line to plug some holes. But that's probably...
I think short term's the interesting part for me, Dave, because obviously Ryan Madison's returned to training. And at the moment, I think the idea of Ryan Madison leaving has been put on hold for a bit until they hit the Christmas period. Then the new year, they'll potentially look at that again because Ryan Madison's been told, mate, if you can find something, go find it.
Yeah.
Now, if he goes, that frees up some cash in the short term for next season. Keon's for 27.
Yeah.
They can free up some cash for 26. They might go and have a look around then and shake a few trees and see what falls out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't rule out Para making some significant short-term signing as well if someone becomes available.
Yeah, sure. Now, Dragons fans, one for you. It is from Mohammed Zadzi, 91. Do you think Dragons make the 8 next year? I think they'll go close. And I say that on the basis of if you actually analyse their season of just gone by, 2025, it's around the fact that I'd have to get it statistically, factual, but paraphrased as far as our stats guys suggested they lost about 8 games by 6 points or less. So they were in matches throughout this season. I think the appointment of Daniel Atkinson's a good one. I think that makes them a stronger team. And I think they are good enough. I love Dylan Egan. I love Hamish Stewart, and I love the next crop coming through for Saints. I think Hamish Stewart will play for Australia. That's how good he is. They'll be one of those teams in and around pushing to make the 8. They won't be down the bottom. I've seen the bookies' odds. They will not be running.
If they finish top 10, they've had a good season. For me, top 12. Because I look at their spine. That spine's not good enough, Dave.
Yeah.
Gutho's a year older, right? And he was really good for them last year.
He's smashing them in pre-season.
Well, that's fine, but mate, has he got any quicker? Because it's a quick man's game now.
Yep.
And I don't think he's going to add pace. No offence to Gutho, because he had an amazing season for them. I'm not having a shot at him. I'm just saying
sounds like you're having a shot.
It's all about speed now, and he's just not as quick as he once was.
Yeah. Damien Cook goes all right.
Jacob
Little had a great
year. Another year older. And obviously Kyle and Daniel Atkinson.
It's key.
Mate, the jury's out in Daniel Atkinson. I mean, look, he has done a lot of opportunities, right? Because he was at Cronulla, didn't get a lot of chances there. But he's not elite.
No, he's not elite.
There's not an elite player in that spine for me. And you cannot... part of the reason they lost a lot of close games, they didn't have an elite player in their spine to get them over the line. That's my concern for them. So they're not going to make the 8.
Yeah, right.
If they make the 8, I would say this.
What are we going to do?
If they make the 8, it's the greatest coaching performance of Shane Flanagan's career, and he won a premiership in 2016.
Mate, calm down. Calm down.
I'm I'm just saying it.
Seriously.
Flano, the challenge is out there.
Oh my God, they're not hopeless.
Flano will see this too. I'll get a phone call or a text later. If they make the 8 and go deep in the finals, I'm telling you, it's his greatest coaching performance.
Hey, Gordo Anno, this is a good question. Gordo Anno, out to you. Should the Tigers concentrate more on the Campbelltown, Camden area to grow their juniors? I've said this for ages.
Dave, I've made a call on this morning.
It's a Western Sydney corridor.
They are heavily invested out there. They've opened an office out there where they're a satellite office with the NRL and the New South Wales Rugby League.
Good news.
All under one roof. They've got a partnership with the University of Western Sydney? The uni out there, so they've got $1 million partnership with them. They're investing more money in the West than they ever have. Well, it's Shane Richardson. He's not silly, right? He's gone hard at the local council out there to get financial support for Campbelltown Stadium.
Yeah.
They're going to continue playing there. He got the investment he needed. As I said, they've opened an office out there. They're working hand in glove with the NRL and New South Wales Rugby League in the West. And they've got the partnership with Western Sydney Uni. So
well, that's positive because
they're doing lots out there, Dave.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to change the perception because as far as Gordo Anno is concerned, and I get the same emails and questions from Tigers fans. What are we doing in neglecting the Western Sydney? For everything Reedy's just said, get the message out there, West Tigers.
Well, they had a launch yesterday or the day before out there.
Oh, where was the invite, Redman?
Well, I think we got invited.
I don't think we invited. I got brushed.
Where's Gordo live? Does he say there where he lives?
No, he doesn't say where he lives, but he asks good questions.
Probably
Keep them coming,
lives in the
Gordo.
eastern suburbs,
Here's
Gordo.
another one. Maui Zrika. Maui.Zrika.
Love it, Maui.
If Sean O'Sullivan, now for listeners and viewers out there, Sean O'Sullivan has moved from the Dolphins to the Bulldogs. If Sean O'Sullivan kills it in pre-season, is there a chance he starts at halfback over Lachlan Galvin? No, he doesn't. Very good backup. Very good depth half.
Yeah.
And we'll bring... What I know about Sean O'Sullivan, he's an absolute intellect of the game. Like if I've ever seen a future coach...
He'll be a coach, yeah.
Future coach, he's one in making, Sean O'Sullivan. But no, Lachlan Galvin will start in the halves.
I think the more likely scenario, Dave, is that Mitch Woods trains the house down the pre-season and potentially pushes his way into that mix.
Yeah.
Like Sean's been signed as a backup and a mentor for those young halves. And mate, you won't get a better mentor than Sean O'Sullivan. As you said, he's highly intelligent, loves the game. He's a footy nerd.
Yep.
He's going to be a coach. Well, look, if he wants to go down that path, he will definitely be a coach one day.
Yeah.
And he's been brought to that club to sort of wrap his arms around those young guys, mentor them, make sure they develop and head in the right direction. But Mitch Woods is the one for me. I noticed he was back at training the other day, and I think I read it right. Did he win the yo-yo? Is it the yo-yo test?
Yeah.
I think he might have won it all.
They have a weekly Trainer of the Week award.
Yeah.
And he may have picked up that. That might be what you're referring to.
Yeah, okay, that might be it. So, and he's like the next great one, right? That's what everyone's saying about him. And he's only young, is he not? Is he still 18?
Woodsy?
Woods.
18, 19. I'll have to double check it.
So he's still young. It might be too early to start the season, but I'll tell you what, if he has a good pre-season, Woods 7, Galvin 6, Burton, Centre,
Crichton fullback.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's a good spot.
I like that.
See, we saw the way the Doggies played last year. Inside 20, when on the attack, Crichton would just shift to a fullback role.
Yeah.
And he was virtually playing as the fullback. He wasn't sitting as a right centre.
Yep.
So the wheels are in motion as far as Crichton. Imagine Crichton on kick return. Like that, he's just an unbelievable specimen.
Great player.
Great player. All the big dogs, as far as Canterbury's bigger name players, started training this week.
Okay.
And so they're underway. The Dogs. Crichton fullback would be a winner for me.
You see it happening, Dave?
I'm not ruling it out. I wouldn't rule it out.
You've got your ear to the ground at Belmore
I just think it's a huge pre-season. Okay. And any Dogs player that may listen to this, they'd know it. They would know that I reckon it's an open book as far as go get your jumpers, boys.
Yep.
Show us what you got over the next 3 months.
Okay.
Questions just keep coming in here.
What do you got now?
This is from the Stormcast podcast. Podcast, brother. Any news on Melbourne's pursuit on Tino Fa'asuamaleaui for 2027? Have the parties met yet?
Well, Tino's on holidays, I believe, after the Ashes tour. So I don't look. I mean, they don't really.
Stormcast. I know the Titans have met Tino.
Yeah.
So they're starting to put the hard word on him.
They don't really need to meet Tino, the Storm.
They need to have.
They know him. Like they know him quite well. They met him.
Josh Hannay needs to sit down and have a conversation about this is the way forward.
The Storm don't need
Storm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they know Tino pretty well. They know what they're getting. I don't think Tino has to, and Tino knows what he's getting if he goes to Melbourne. I don't think they necessarily need to sit down and have him tour Melbourne because he knows the joint. He played there, won a comp there. So, look, I mean, it's interesting, Dave, because everyone thinks Melbourne's got this pit of money, right? Because of obviously Nelson going, Paps going, Pezzett going, and the Katoa situation. They don't have a bottomless pit of money. Yeah. Because A, you've got to replace those guys. B, Nelson got some money to go, a settlement. Paps got a little bit of money to go, not a lot. And Katoa, there's a limit on how much to get for Katoa. I think it's 400 grand, the most you can claim. Yeah. So there is a limit. But they're obviously going to have a go at Tino. Yeah. But I don't think it's necessarily progressed that far. Yeah. Tino's got till September. Yeah. It's the worst option in history. Fancy giving a bloke till September. Next year, to let you know what he's doing. Yeah, wow. It's outrageous. Yeah. What do you think? Well, imagine the Titans sitting in the finals next year and boom, crash opera. Tino goes, I'm going to Melbourne. Tino goes, I'm out. So thanks, fellas. It won't get to that. It's a big imagination to see the Titans in the finals. I will say, I will say the Titans. The Titans, the big one was, and you can say what you like, but the re-signing of Jaden Campbell was critical to showing Tino, hey, there's life here. There's belief from. You start to lose players. Yeah. Then Tino's going, no, I'm jumping out too. Yeah. But to land Jaden was a big one, I think. The big issue, Dave, is he's on so much money, Tino. Absolutely, mate. Look, it's reported as 1.2, but my understanding is it's significantly more than that. I think it climbs to 1.6. Yeah. So, that's even like Melbourne might have some money to spend, but if you go and give Tino, like if they match that, right? Just say they give Tino 1.5. Yeah. What's Stefano say? Oh, yeah. Like Stefano's on about 700 or something. Yeah. Well, he's straight away going, well, hold on. You're giving this bloke 1.5. To be fair, he hasn't achieved what Tino's achieved. Mate, so he's pretty good footballer, yeah, he's a good footy player. Is he half the player Tino is? Because that's what he'd be being paid. Yeah. He's probably got every right to go, well, hold on, you're giving that bloke 1.5. Yeah. And I'm sure they'll upgrade Stefano at some point because I thought he was great for them. But yeah. Anyway. This one comes from Lukey G. Lukey G asks, what are the Tigers doing with Jahream Bula and what will happen if we lose him? Oof. Well, I have spoken to him. I noticed Richo came out this week. He spoke and said, we want to do a long-term deal with Jahream, which I think we spoke about last week, didn't we? Because obviously Jahream's got an option at the club's option's at 900 grand. Yeah. But I think if they're going to outlay that money, rather than saying, we'll give you 900 grand for 2027, they prefer to say, why don't we extend the deal out, do a 3-year deal? Yeah. Because otherwise they might as well say, well, go see what you can do and we'll go see what's out there as well. I think a lot of our rival clubs would be balking at the $900,000. So if Jahream Bula is to leave the West Tigers, he has to get it through his head that he's not going to a club on the same money that he's currently on at the Tigers. Yeah. I just don't see how any team pays $900 coming from a team that have been perennial battlers. He's a very good player. He's a very good player. I think statistically, and if you want to really go drill down on it, rival clubs are doing it themselves, seeing where Jahream sits statistically on fullbacks. While individually he does unbelievable things, and I'm a huge fan, statistically he's not in the top as far as fullbacks are concerned. So I think the 900 is the ball for rival clubs. But if he was to drop his price, I reckon a few clubs would jump into him. Who'd be the logical ones? Cronulla? Dogs? Cronulla. Well, the two clubs that have got their fullbacks off contract. Canterbury, Connor Tracy, and the Dogs, Sharks and Will Kennedy. Yeah. And the other interesting one's probably the Cowboys, but sure. They're looking we spoke about Jackson Purdue there, right? But we spoke about the flexibility of the doubt around Drinkwater. Let's not forget Perth, Dave, too. Yeah, Perth, so 100%. Yeah. I think he might end up staying on an extended deal, Jahream. My gut feeling.
Yeah, well, I hope for Tigers' sake he does. Matty Wilson, 2478.
Oh, Matty.
Why are the Dragons struggling so much to land any big fish? It's an interesting question because, one, I'd like to examine on every single player they've gone after that you consider a big fish. But secondly, they did some pretty handy work last year. Gutho, Cook, Ellis at the time.
Yeah.
But now, who have they gone for? They'd love Tino. They would absolutely love Tino.
Not happening. Keon.
I don't know how hard they've gone there.
Garrick.
I'm surprised the Shell Harbour Shark hasn't come back.
I've said it before in here, Dave, and it causes a lot of drama. So I'm reluctant to say it again. But they're just not the attraction they once were.
Yeah.
If you've got an option of going to the Dragons or the Roosters, you're probably going to go to the Roosters because you know you're a chance to win a comp.
Yeah.
Dragons or Melbourne, you're probably going to go to Melbourne. Dragons or Broncos, you're probably going to go to Broncos. They're fishing in a different pond to everyone else.
Yeah, as far as landing the big.
Because the big guys have got options and they'd rather go to other clubs. I mean, that's just the way they are at the moment.
You know what? Matty Wilson, I don't know how desperately they need him. When you actually, I reckon in about 3 years' time,
they need a playmaker.
We're going to be looking at Jacob Halangahu, Hamish Stewart, Dylan Egan, Nick Sagranis.
Who's getting them around the park, Dave?
I understand all that, but they're going to be guns.
Yeah, but who's getting them around the park, Dave? I'll say it again.
Well, they're going to have to
who's steering them around the park?
They have to find a half.
I mean, they got a young half, Cade Reid, who was a schoolboy star a few years ago. I think he's in the top 30 now.
Yeah.
Maybe he develops into that guy, but they've made it pretty clear. I mean, Tim Watford, the CEO, has publicly said we need to sign a playmaker. They haven't landed one.
Yeah. Well, they haven't. Yeah.
Were they in the peasant mix?
No, they weren't.
They should have.
They're not jumping out of trees as far as halves.
No.
They may have had a nibble at Jaden Campbell, but
yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
As I said, keep all your questions coming in. We've got plenty of shows left in us, Reedy.
Are we done?
Yeah, well, that we have to keep the fans on the hook.
Oh, okay. Don't give it all away, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll keep it for next week.
Catch you next week on the Code NRL show.